Spooks Gotta Whiz grabbed everyone's attention at the 2010 NRHA Futurity when he captured the Open Championship. But that was just the start for the stallion that would eventually rack up one of the most impressive show careers in the reining industry.
The first time I saw Spooks Gotta Whiz, I'll never forget. I showed up at the Futurity. It was move-in day, and in barn 6 was Jordan Larson, and he's loping around a horse there. That was just, in my opinion, outstanding. As a trainer, a breeder, and an owner, I'm always looking for that next big thing, something that's just different than all the other horses that are out there. I watched that horse lope around, and the way he carried himself and the way he moved was just in a different caliber horse than I'd seen in a long time.
Sean Florida eventually took over the reins and marked an incredible 2:36 to win the 2012 National Reining Breeders' Classic. And 2 months later, Spooks Gotta Whiz showed everyone he had the consistency needed to be a true champion as he won the NRHA Derby. 2 years later, he was tuned back up to try and qualify for the World Equestrian Games. Not only did he qualify, he won the individual gold medal and helped the USA win the team gold medal, becoming the only horse to ever reach this milestone. Spooks Gotta Whiz retired from reining after earning over $363,000 and then started the next chapter of his career.
The thing that to me stands out about the Spooks Gotta Whiz is that they've always offered their best to me in the show pen, and that's something you can't replicate. It's something that's bred into him, so I'm having a feeling that he was like that himself. But I've had quite a few of them so far. I mean, I've gone from winning the Futurity on Spooks Gotta Whiz to just placing a little bit lower, and each one of them is going to have a little bit different talent. But the common thing throughout them is that they're all show horses. They go in and they give you the best that they can do in there, and that to me it's probably one of the greatest attributes that you can give to a reining horse, probably to any show horses, but especially in the reining. We ask so much early on as young horses that unless you have that mental attitude to they're concentrated and they're focused on you 100% when you go show them, it's going to be hard to beat those type of horses. And that's why I am riding more and more the Spooks Gotta Whiz, because I know I can count on him in the show pen.
Spooks Gotta Whiz had a record-setting show career. But the true test of a stallion lies within his offspring. And as Andrea said, the Spooks Gotta Whiz babies have made exceptional show horses. As of December 2019, they've earned over $2.25 million. One of those horses is Spooky Whiz, who is ridden by Andrea to win the 2017 NRHA Open Futurity.
Well, Spooky Whiz is a perfect example of what I'm talking about as far as his mental attitude and his mental ability was way past probably his physical ability, but he was so steady and he gave me everything he had in the show pen, and he stayed consistent through the whole 2 weeks of the Futurity, and he gave me the best at the end.
Thank you, Andrea Fappani.
Everyone that's around Spooks Gotta Whiz agrees. His mind, laid-back attitude, and incredible disposition made him an exceptional show horse. And that's the exact qualities he's passing along to his offspring.
Yeah, getting to be around him here at Cinder Lakes every day, he's just such a wonderful individual. I see Rick pull him out and people come look at him and they walk around him for 15, 20 minutes and Rick will stand there, talk to them, and that horse never moves. He'll never chew on him, he'll never come in his space. He'll just stand there with his head down and his ears up, just happy as can be. And when I watch him turn out, I just remember exactly why I'm a fan of the horse. He's just incredible to watch him in motion. Phenomenal athlete.
Spooks Gotta Whiz's biggest strength, I think it's his mental attitude, and I think that's what he's throwing to the babies. You know, we're lucky enough nowadays that we're riding so many talented horses, so you'll have a lot of breedings that have a lot of qualities as far as maneuvers, but to me what sets the Spooks Gotta Whiz's apart, it's the mental attitude, and that's part of why I'm sticking to breeding a lot to him. It's because they're show horses, and by that, you know, a lot of showmen and trainers know what I'm talking about, but a lot of people that are just starting to breed, maybe they don't understand what really a show horse is. And to me, a show horse is a horse that will give me everything he has in the show pen, not outside. And that you're not going to find out until you go show him.
Spooks Gotta Whiz's leading money earner is Gotta Twist It Up, who's the perfect example of his offspring's talent and disposition. While being shown in the non-pro and winning multiple championships and reserve championships at the NRHA Futurity and Derby, he went into open competition, taking 6th place at the Run for a Million Open Invitational.
As a horse trainer, to me, it's very important. I always look to make my job easy. So I try to breathe to a horse that I think will make my job easier. And watching that horse move and the way he carried himself, that's what I want my horses to go like. And for him, it's just so natural to do it. So that was the reason I started breeding to him the very first year they stood him, and had nice babies by him. And the ones that I've been showing and done well on, they're Spooks Gotta Whizzes. I love the breed. I love the feel that they have. And as a trainer, to me, it's just when they have that movement, makes everything else so easy. They're good in the face. They're easy to change leads on.
And taking 4th place at the Run for a Million, marking a 2:28, just a point and a half behind the champions, was Spooks Gotta Spark.
We've been breeding quite a few to Spooks Gotta Whiz himself, just because I've had so much success with him. The one thing that I've had really good success is keeping them sound. The Spooks Gotta Whizzes I've had, they've been extremely sound, and they've been easy to just maintain physically. So that helps quite a bit in our game anymore. It's as much of a physical as it is as a mental game.
Spooks Gotta Whiz is by Spooks Gotta Gun, and out of Pretty Whiz Pretty Does, a daughter of the reining industry's #1 sire, Topsail Whiz. His performance in the show pen and now his consistency as a sire are backed up by a solid pedigree.
That's the one thing that I love about these babies. If they have a problem, I don't have to guess with it. They're going to tell me right away outside, and if I go in, they're not going to change it. So I go in confident as a showman because I know exactly what I've got outside. It's what I'm going to take into show pen, which, you know, it's not something to be said for every single horse out there. We've had a lot of horses that, like I said, you think you've got something outside, and then you go show them and you have a whole new animal inside. That's the one thing that stands aside for the Spooks Gotta Whiz, and I think it's going to make him the stud of the future. The fact that, you know, there's nothing really that's going to surprise you. What you've got out, you're going to get it in the show pen.
Being an NRHA Futurity and Derby Open champion, an NRBC Open champion, and a 2-time gold medalist at the World Equestrian Games gives Spooks Gotta Whiz the distinction of being the only horse to ever accomplish this feat. And now that his offspring have won over $2.25 million, he's proven he can pass his ability on. To get more information and to find out how you can become involved with one of the reining industry's most exciting stars, contact Cinder Lakes Ranch today.